Hey everyone, this is High Priestess Tana. Thank you for tuning into Tana Temple Healing Words. And I am back with another video, y'all. So I wanted to talk about Tupac's Hail Mary and how it had inspired me as a spiritualist slash spiritual advisor and healer, right? And it really made a big impact on my life, starting from when I was a child up until now. And it's been a very interesting journey being able to go back and constantly listen to the lyrics and gain all the spiritual energy and knowledge from this specific album called Machiavelli, the Don Killuminati. When I was a child, I don't usually talk about this, but the album art used to haunt me a little bit because Tupac went through a lot while he was here on earth, and he had a lot of enemies, and it appeared that his life journey was not meant to be easy. So he actually had a lot of karma that he was, I guess, I don't know if he was here to pay off a karmic debt from a previous lifetime, but from what I was getting from an astrological standpoint, I would not be surprised if this lifetime that he had here on earth, excuse me, was basically some type of karmic debt that he was paying from, I don't know, from a previous life, because he went through a lot in such a short amount of time that he was here on this earth. So he passed away at 25 years old. He was born June 16th, 1971, which makes him a Gemini. And boy, oh boy, did he have a rough ride. But he also impacted the world, but he went through a lot while he was here. And he's very revered as a rapper. A lot of people love him. I'm one of his fans as well. I really loved his attitude. And still love his attitude because his legacy goes on, right? So yes, let's start talking about the journey, I guess. So basically, when I think about the spiritual meaning behind Hail Mary, is very deep. So as a spiritualist, when you have a lot of people actually watching you, listening to you, especially being here on this platform, it's like it's a lot that you have to endure, right? Not only are you doing your practices at home in a piece of your own home or your spiritual shop. I don't have a physical spiritual shop per se. Like my home is my spiritual shop, right? So that's how my spiritual I would say, like, my home is like my temple, right? So pretty much that's where I do my spiritual work. That's how I connect with spirit and my guides and my ancestors. And yeah, so it's very deep. And sometimes in this spiritual game, you will attract enemies. And these enemies will go out of the way to pretty much try to destroy you if they're very, I would say, vicious or vindictive or malignant in a way. They don't want to see you prosper. And it's really sad because some people can hate you because of the strength that you have, the background that you have, the natural gifts. Some people have innate psychic abilities or healing powers, or they have that ability to connect to the other side and stuff. And some people envy that about some people, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty tough. But with this spiritual breakdown of Tupac's Hail Mary is really, it's very complex because the beat actually wasn't supposed to be on an album. From what I was understanding, it was part of the whack room, as Suge Knight used to call it. And other artists in Death Row would call it the whack room. Like if a beat was considered trash, they wanted it to be like put in, I guess, like it was going to the whack room. Like it was basically like a beat that wasn't supposed to be added to an album or released or whatever. But I think I'm thankful that they didn't trash this, because I think that it has a very gothic sound, but it gets the job done, right? It's very intense, and it's kind of dark in nature, but at the same time you can feel his pain, and I feel the same way. Like when I've attracted a lot of different people in my life, and sometimes not for the better. Some people can sense that you have a heightened sense of spirituality, a high frequency, and they will try to play on you. And I think that's why a lot of people obviously was jealous of Tupac too, because he was such a brilliant mind, a brilliant person. He had a good heart, even though he could be aggressive at times. I don't blame him for being aggressive, because a lot of people were after him. They wanted his head pretty much. As haunting as this song is, I really do believe that it summed up how Pac was feeling damn near like his whole life about people and being attacked. I believe he felt like he could have been spiritually attacked too. I just get that intensely from him, from just a spiritual standpoint. If I recall correctly, when he recorded this song, I heard someone say on DJ Vlad that he was in a dark room with all white candles or something. And I'm quite sure he was spiritually led to do this song, because he had got fed up with a lot of shit. And I wouldn't be surprised if he talked to a spiritual advisor or some type of, I don't know, person who could have been a religious leader or something, but as well about maybe some of the things he was facing. Maybe he had a talk with somebody like that, or someone who's just very spiritual like him. But he was basically expressing his pain and his how he was betrayed, and he wanted redemption. He desired redemption, and you could feel it. Like, that's why he was saying Hail Mary, because Hail Mary is a Catholic prayer, and it deals with like wanting forgiveness and protection and intercession, right? He was basically crying for spiritual guidance.